The jitterbug is nothing if not individual. It's a series of prescribed moves which can be used in any combination. In this video, we'll provide instruction on advanced jitterbugging, divided into groups which share similar dance moves. The sweetheart chain, pretzel, reverse pretzel, crawfish, and the St. Charles all involve the familiar sweetheart position. The behind-the-back grouping involves behind-the-back moves 1 and 2 and the reverse side-by-side. The crossed hands position is basic to the windmill, Julie turn, little window, big window, and the tunnel. The more you dance, the more confident and comfortable you become on the floor. The development of your dancing skills increases your appetite for new steps. As we complete the step-by-step instruction, we'll give you the opportunity to practice to a complete music selection.
The first group of moves that we'll learn in the advanced section are behind-the-back moves. These moves all begin the same way. The first of these moves is called behind-the-back 1.
Men, as you step back at arm's length, raise your right hand while turning to the right and lowering your left hand.
Ladies, he raises your left hand as you turn to the left. Your right hand is now behind your back, and he places your left hand behind his neck.
Next, begin by shuffling forward, moving in a counterclockwise direction. After a few turns, to change direction, begin by sliding to the left as you lower your hand from behind your neck, then placing it behind your partner's back.
Ladies, as he moves to the left, you step to the left, sliding behind his back to his right side to face in the opposite direction. He places your right hand behind his back and your left hand behind your back, palm out.
Next, begin by shuffling forward as you move in a clockwise direction. After a few turns, to release your partner, drop your right hand as you turn to the left, away from your partner, then winding up at arm's length from your partner.
Ladies, as he drops your left hand, turn left under his arm and end by facing him.
Notice that you've exchanged position with your partner. In the second behind-the-back move, you begin as you did in the previous move. Men, from an arm's length position, begin by raising your right hand as you turn to the right, lowering your left hand.
Ladies, he raises your left hand as you turn to the left. Your right hand is now behind your back, palm out. He places your left hand across his chest.
Next, begin by shuffling forward in a counterclockwise direction. After a few turns, lift your right hand up in front of your face to unwind your partner.
Ladies, he lifts your left hand as you turn completely around to the right.
Men, bring your left hand down in front of your chest as you turn to the left.
Ladies, your right hand is across the front of his chest. Your left hand is behind your back, palm out.
Then begin shuffling forward in a clockwise direction. After a few turns, you're ready to release your partner. To release your partner, men, drop your right hand as you step back at arm's length.
Ladies, as he drops your left hand, you step back, Then dance towards your partner as you exchange places, making a left turn.
Notice that you've exchanged position with your partner.
A third behind-the-back move is called the reverse side-by-side.
Men, as you step back at arm's length, raise your right hand as you turn to the left.
Ladies, he raises your left hand as you turn left. Your left elbow will rest on his left hand as your right hand is extended across your back, palm out.
Next, you're ready to shuffle backwards and forwards. To reverse direction, men, raise your right hand as you unwind your partner.
Ladies, as he lowers your left hand, he raises your right hand. Continue turning to the right until your elbow rests on his right hand.
Men, you will turn to the right as you bring your left hand down on your partner's wrist. Then you can shuffle backwards and forwards. To release your partner, you have two options. In the first release, you lift your left hand and unwind your partner.
Ladies, turn to the left as he brings your right hand down.
In the second release, men, drop your right hand and slide away from your partner.
Ladies, as he drops your left hand, you step back. Then dance toward your partner as you turn to the left.
Notice that you've exchanged positions with your partner.
The next two groups of moves all begin with a crossed hands position.
Men, extend your right hand out to shake your partner's hand, extending your left hand on top. This is the crossed hands position. To get into the crossed hands turn, men, lift your left hand up as you rotate your palm in hers.
Ladies, your right hand is down, your left hand is up. As you turn to the left, he lowers your left hand and raises your right hand. Pause as you face your partner.
Then, men, turn your partner to the right.
Ladies, as you're turning to the right, your right hand is lowered, your left hand is raised. Pause as you face your partner.
Next, turn her to the left.
Once again, ladies, you're turning to the right. Pause as you face your partner.
Then, turn your partner to the right.
Ladies, as you turn to the right, once again, your right hand is lowered, your left hand is raised.
From this crossed hands turn, we can go into the windmill. As you start her in the third left turn, raise your right hand while lowering your left. Then raise your left hand while lowering your right as you turn to the right.
Ladies, you make two left turns in a circular motion until he faces you from behind the second time. He now places your right hand on your right shoulder as you extend your left hand across his chest, palm down.
Men, lower your left elbow while placing your hand fingers up in her hand. Now you're ready to shuffle backwards and forwards. To reverse direction, men turn to the right.
Ladies, as you turn to the right, your left hand is now at your left shoulder and your right hand is extended across his chest.
Now you can begin by shuffling forwards and backwards. To release your partner, men drop your left hand from your partner's shoulder.
Ladies, when he drops your left hand, you turn to the left and he places your right hand in his left hand.
Now you're back in the basic position.
The next crossed hands move is called the Julie turn.
Men, as before, shake your partner's hand with your right hand, extending your left hand on top. Then lift your left hand up as you rotate your palm in your partner's hand.
With his left hand, ladies, he guides you as you turn to the left. Your right shoulder touches his right shoulder.
Next, you're ready to shuffle forward in a clockwise direction. To reverse direction, men step back slightly as you lower your left hand while raising your right hand.
Ladies, as he lowers your left hand and raises your right hand, you continue turning to the right as your left shoulder touches his left shoulder. Your left arm is behind your waist.
Now begin shuffling forward, turning counterclockwise. After a few turns, you're ready to release your partner. With your left hand, men, pull her waist and spin her out to face you.
Ladies, he frees your left hand at the waist as he turns you to the left. Then he places your right hand in his left hand.
Then go back into the basic position.
The next move is called the little window and also begins in the cross position.
Men, shake your partner's hand, extending the left hand on top. Then raise both hands above your partner's head, pointing your middle finger of each hand down.
Ladies, grasp the middle finger of your partner's hands and start to turn left, 1 3/4 turns.
Men, as she turns left 1 3/4 times, you turn right a quarter turn. Lower your hands, bringing your right hand to rest on your upper left arm. Notice that you form a little window.
Ladies, your right hand is now resting on your upper left arm. Look at your partner through the window as you shuffle forward, turning counterclockwise.
Men, to reverse direction, raise both hands over your head.
Ladies, grasp the middle finger of each of his hands and turn to the right 2 1/2 times.
After she turns 2 1/2 times, lower your hands, turning left 1/2 turn. Bring your left hand to rest on your upper right arm.
Ladies, your left hand will rest on your upper right arm. Once again, look at your partner through the window as you move forward, turning in a clockwise direction.
To release your partner, raise both hands over your head.
Ladies, grasp the middle finger of each of his hands and start to turn left 3/4 of a turn to face him.
Now you're back in the crossed hands position.
The next move is called the big window.
Once again, you begin in a crossed hands position, left hand over right. As you lift your left hand above your partner's head, men begin turning your partner to the left.
Ladies, as you turn to the left, he raises your right hand and lowers your left. As he turns you left, 1 3/4 turns. Continue turning until your left hand is extended across your waist and your right hand is over your head to form a big window.
Notice, men, your left forearm is behind your partner's back, parallel to the floor. Now you're ready to begin shuffling forward, moving counterclockwise. To reverse direction, men, lift your left hand while lowering your right and turning her right while you turn left.
Ladies, as he raises your left hand and lowers your right, continue to the right 1 1/2 turns until your right hand is extended across your waist and your left hand is arched over your head to form a big window.
Now you're ready to begin shuffling forward, moving in a clockwise direction. To release your partner, men, lower your left hand and pull her with your right hand to face you.
Ladies, he lowers your left hand as you turn left 3/4 of a turn to face him. The last crossed hands move is called the tunnel.
As before, extend your right hand out to shake your partner's hand, left hand on top. As you lift your left hand up while lowering your right, guide your partner around your back, keeping your right hand behind your back. Raise your left elbow to form a window.
Ladies, when you reach his left side, turn right, bend at the waist, and duck through the window. Now pass around his back through the window on his right side, and turn to the right.
Now you can begin shuffling backwards and forwards. To reverse direction, turn her left to face you as you raise your right elbow to form a window.
Ladies, as he turns you to the left to face him, bend at the waist and duck through the window. Pass around his back. Now, back through the window on his left side and turn to the left.
Now you can begin shuffling backwards and forwards. To release your partner, men, release your hands, step away from your partner, grasp her right hand with your left.
Ladies, as you dance towards your partner, turn to the left.
Notice that you've exchanged positions with your partner.
The next few swing moves all involve the familiar sweetheart position. The first move is called the sweetheart chain.
Men, begin by placing your partner in the sweetheart position. Drop your right hand and slide to the right in front of her, bringing your right hand above your left arm.
Ladies, as he drops your left hand, slide to the left behind him and take his right hand.
Then, men, drop your left hand as you slide behind her, bringing your left hand across and taking her right hand.
Ladies, as he drops your left hand, slide to the left behind him, taking his right hand.
Continue to do this several times. To reverse direction, slide her to your left side.
Ladies, you dance across in front of your partner as he shifts you to his left side.
Men, drop your left hand as you slide to the left in front of her, bringing your left hand above your right arm.
Ladies, as you slide to the right behind him, take his left hand.
Next, men, drop your right hand as you slide to the right behind her, bringing your right hand across and taking her left hand.
Ladies, as he drops your right hand, slide to the right behind him, taking his left hand.
Continue to do this several times. You'll be ready to release your partner when her left arm is behind you and you're on the left side. Drop your left hand and spin yourself out to the left and go back into the basic position.
The next move is called the pretzel.
You begin by facing one another in the basic position. Men, as you step back, drop your right hand and place it behind your back. As you dance toward your partner, lift your left hand up.
Ladies, as he raises your right hand, take your left hand and catch his right hand behind his back. Dance under the arch as you move to the left.
Then, as you slide to the left, raise your right hand up as you place your left hand behind your back.
Ladies, turn to the right to face your partner. Your left hand is raised above your head. Your right hand is in his left hand behind his back.
Men, as you turn slightly to the right to face your partner, bring your right hand down in a circular motion. Then lift it up over your head as you turn to the left, bringing your right hand down to the basic position. To complete the move, finish it up by lifting your left hand and wrapping your partner around into a sweetheart. Now you can begin by shuffling backwards and forwards or around in a circle. To release your partner, complete it as you had earlier in the sweetheart move. Drop your left hand out in front of your waist, spinning your partner out.
The next move is called the reverse pretzel.
Begin the move in the sweetheart position. Men, raise your left hand up while lowering your right hand.
Ladies, turn to your right, 1/2 turn to face him.
Next, men, turn to the left 1/2 turn.
Ladies, turn to the right, 1/2 turn. Your left hand is now lowered, your right hand is raised.
Men, from this back-to-back position, slide to the left and lower your left hand as you raise your right hand.
Ladies, as you slide to the left, turn to the right to face your partner.
From this position, we can continue as in the previous pretzel move. Men, lower your right hand in a circular motion, then bring it up over your head as you turn to the left, lowering your right hand. Now, finish it up with a sweetheart move, bringing your left hand up over her head and wrapping her to your right side. Now you can begin shuffling backwards and forwards or in a circle. To release your partner, drop your left hand in front of your waist, spinning her out.
The next move is called the crawfish.
Begin in the sweetheart position. Men, as you shuffle backwards, raise your right elbow.
Ladies, when he raises his right elbow, bend at the waist and back under his right arm as you pull with your right hand. Raise your right arm to form a small window.
Men, bend at the waist, turning to the right as you duck through the little window.
Ladies, you now hold him in a sweetheart position on your left side.
Now, shuffle backwards and forwards.
Ladies, you begin the release as you move backwards. Raise your left arm to form a small window.
Men, bend at the waist, backing out underneath your partner's arm, lifting her right hand, turning her left into the sweetheart position. Now you can shuffle backwards and forwards. To complete the release, begin moving forward in a clockwise direction, dropping the left hand and spinning your partner out.
The next move is called the St. Charles.
Men, begin by holding hands with your partner. Lift both hands above your head, guiding your partner to your right and behind you.
Ladies, dance clockwise around your partner until you reach his left side.
Then men, drop your right hand.
Ladies, continue dancing around to face your partner. Take his right hand in your left hand. Now you're back in the basic position.
To reverse direction, men, lift both hands above your head, guiding your partner to your left and behind you.
Ladies, dance around your partner, counterclockwise, until you reach his right side.
Men, when she reaches your right side, drop your left hand.
Ladies, continue dancing around until you meet your partner. Take his left hand and your right hand. Now you're back in the basic position. The next group of dance steps, called the troika, is for a small group.
In the troika, the man normally dances with two women. However, if there are 3 women, one takes the role of the man. The man leads them through several moves, calling out each move and giving directions. Here we'll teach you 7 moves, which are not necessarily danced in the order given. The troika is danced using the shuffle step to a 2-step tune.
The first move we'll introduce is called the patty cake. The man is in the middle with the women on either side. The man holds the women's hands and they shuffle, shoulder to shoulder. Each woman may hold up the hem of her skirt or keep her free hand behind her back.
Men, pull the women out in front, where they bounce off one another's hands in a patty cake motion. Then pull them back. Do this 2 or 3 times, then return to the side-by-side position.
The second move in the troika is called the spin.
The man is in the middle with the women on either side. Men, pull the ladies out in front at an angle to you. Raise your hands above their heads and rotate your palms, thumbs down. The woman on the right will spin right. The woman on the left spins left.
Ladies, look at each other as you come around, so that one is not spinning faster than the other. 2 or 3 spins are usually adequate.
Men, to stop the spinning, lower your hands and return to the side-by-side position.
The third move of the troika is called the weave.
Men, extend your left hand and pull with your right hand, while the woman on your right ducks under your left arm. Follow behind her as you duck under your left arm. Next, extend your right hand and pull with your left hand, while the woman on your left ducks under your right arm. Follow behind her under your right arm. Men, remember to pull one woman in close while holding the other at arm's length.
The women circle in different directions. First a small circle, ducking under his arm, then a large circle. Ladies, you have to keep moving. Dance all the way around.
Men, after a few turns, lower your hands and pull your partners back into the side-by-side position.
Now we're going to practice the first 3 moves we learned in the troika: the patty cake, the spin, and the weave.
The fourth troika move is called the sweetheart. Men, tell your partners to join hands. Pull the women into the center and all touch hands briefly, then fall back at arm's length. Look at your partner on the left. Raise your left hand, palm out, and wrap her into your right side in the sweetheart position.
Make sure you're shoulder to shoulder, ladies. All 3 shuffle backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards.
Men, as you shuffle forward the second time, raise your left hand and then unwrap the center woman in a right turn. Then step back at arm's length.
Once again, all 3 shuffle into the center. Touch hands briefly, then step back at arm's length. This step is used as a transition before moving on to the next segment.
Men, now look at your partner on the right. Raise your right hand, palm out, and wrap her into your left side in the sweetheart position. Shuffle backwards and then forwards, backwards and forwards. As you go forward the second time, raise your right hand and unwrap the center woman in a left turn. Then step back at arm's length. Once again, repeat the transition step. All three shuffle into the center, touch hands briefly, then step back at arm's length.
Men, now it's your turn. We've saved the best part for last. Raise your right hand and turn to the left. Wrap yourself into the center between the two women.
Now shuffle backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Next, raise your right arm and then unwrap yourself in a right turn. Then step back at arm's length. Once again, men, pull the women into the center, all touch hands briefly, then step back at arm's length.
The fifth troika move that we're going to teach is called the pinwheel. Begin by holding hands and forming a circle. Ladies, raise your joined hands across from the man.
Men, duck under the lady's raised arms. Turn left, placing your right hand behind your back. With left hands in the center, all face left and shuffle counterclockwise. After shuffling around a few times, men, bend and back out. Then step back at arm's length. Next, pull the women into the center, all touch hands briefly, and then step back at arm's length.
Ladies, following verbal directions from the man, each of you will now take your turn, ducking under and turning left. The sixth troika move is called the little window.
Begin by all joining hands. Men, release your hands, reach across, and take the women's joined hands.
Ladies, when he releases your hand, reach across and take the other's hand.
Men, raise both hands, bending your elbows and bringing your forearms together.
Ladies, when he raises both hands, turn away from him, one turn to the outside. The woman on the right turns right, the woman on the left turns left.
Men, keeping your hands raised, lower your elbows to shoulder height. This forms two little windows through which the women look at each other. All three shuffle backwards and forwards. To release, men raise both hands as you shuffle forward.
Ladies, turn away from him. The woman on the right will turn left, the woman on the left will turn right.
All three release hands, then take up hands to form a circle. Men, pull the women into the center. All touch hands briefly, and then step back at arm's length.
The seventh and last troika move that we're going to teach is called the swing. Begin by all holding hands.
Men, start by dropping your right hand. Bending slightly, hold the waist of the woman on your left, and duck beneath the lady's raised hands. You pull her through a left turn until you meet the woman on your right.
Meanwhile, the woman who is not being turned by him circles him in the opposite direction.
Men, continue moving until you meet the woman on your right. Then you hold the waist of the lady on your right and pull her through a right turn. You alternately take the waist of one lady after the other and swing each in an opposite direction.
Ladies, you will constantly be moving in a circle. You will make a small circle as he turns you at the waist. You will make a large circle as you move around to meet him.
Men, to release, after you swing each woman several times, straighten your body and take both of their hands. Then step back at arm's length. Pull each woman into the center, all touch hands briefly, then step back at arm's length.
Now let's practice these last four troika moves: the sweetheart, pinwheel, little window, and the swing.
Rand and Cynthia Speyrer instructional programs on the waltz, the two-step, and an introduction to jitterbugging are also available on video. The book, Cajun Dancing, also introduces you with step-by-step instructions to the waltz, the two-step, and the jitterbug.
Cajun country. Here you'll find a blend of historical and cultural ingredients spiced with food, dancing, and good times. It's a time-proven recipe for a way of life that reflects a pride in our heritage, a special relationship with our environment, and a commitment to maintaining a way of life that's recognized and envied worldwide.
The odyssey of the original Acadians from Acadie, Nova Scotia, to south-central Louisiana is immortalized in Longfellow's poem Evangeline. Exiled because they refused to swear allegiance to the British Crown, they settled in South Louisiana about 1765. The Acadian people were primarily farmers of French nationality and brought with them their own customs and traditions, which have helped them shape what is now known as Acadiana, a 22-parish area of coastal Louisiana.
Cajun is fun, yeah. Cajuns dance to a rhythm and sound as spicy and flavorful as our world-famous Cajun and Creole cooking.
From around the world and close to home come the great chefs of Cajun country to cook up the spicy shrimp, the heartwarming gumbos and sauce piquants, the boudin, the crawfish, the crab claws, and other classics of Cajun and Creole cooking for which Lafayette has become famous.
Whether it's gourmet French cuisine or just good old home cooking, Lafayette menus fill the bill.
There's no better way to work off a good Cajun meal than to do a Cajun two-step on our well-worn dance floors.
Cajuns celebrate almost anything and everything in two ways, music and food. And dancing is the way people in Acadiana satisfy their appetite for passing a good time.
The Cajun music tradition is thriving. Veteran musicians provide the same dancing beat today as when they first played together 50 years ago. And the preservation of their unique blend of the accordion and fiddle is assured by the younger generation.
The passion of the fiddle, the drive of the accordion, the pulse of the triangle. Cajun music is spirited, just like us.
The pulse of Cajun country beats with pride in Lafayette, the heart of French Louisiana. Lafayette's unique cultural flavor beckons you to sample our blend of eclectic cultural traditions and contemporary sophistication. The main campus of the University of Southwestern Louisiana is in Lafayette with an enrollment of about 16,000 students. Lafayette is a cosmopolitan center offering over 3,000 sleeping rooms and nearly 30 hotels. Lafayette is a high fashion center where you'll find famous labels in large department and specialty stores. Lafayette is antique shops, art galleries, decorator studios, museums, and seasonal gardens. Lafayette is a modern city with a deep Cajun soul.
Cajuns play as hard as they work. And Acadiana is rich with festivals celebrating everything from crawfish and shrimp to the music, heritage, and culture that makes us so unique.
Mardi Gras is a big celebration in Lafayette. Each year, Acadiana comes alive on Fat Tuesday with parades, music, and dancing in the streets.
Each fall, Festivals Acadiens celebrates everything unique to South Louisiana with native Louisiana crafts, Cajun and Creole food, and 2 full days and nights of the best Cajun and Zydeco music anywhere.
Festival International de Louisiane, held each spring, is a world-class event celebrating the cultural ties between French Louisiana and the French-speaking countries of the world.
And Cajuns celebrate Christmas in a unique reflection of our religious and cultural influences. Year-round, there's always an excuse to laisser les bon temps rouler.
Let the good times roll. Acadiana's history is as colorful as its festivals. A good place to get your bearings when entering Cajun country is Lafayette's Acadian Cultural Center, the headquarters for the Acadian unit of the Jean Lafitte National Historical Park and Preserve. The Acadian Cultural Center features museum exhibits and a film on the rich, exciting culture and heritage of traditional and contemporary Acadians. Adjacent to the center is Acadiana's Living History Museum, Vermilionville, bringing an important part of Cajun country's history to life. Nestled on the banks of the Bayou Vermilion in Lafayette, Vermilionville portrays life in rural South Louisiana between 1765 and 1890 with historic and recreated structures. Colorful craftsmen and living historians are knowledgeable and have a few good stories of their own.
Religion has always been a part of Cajun life, whether at the historic St. John Cathedral or in the quaint closeness of the chapel at Lafayette's Folklife Museum, Acadian Village. Acadian Village is a restoration of the 19th century Acadiana, a step into yesterday. It displays the houses, stores, and other architectural landmarks of the period, all surrounded by 10 acres of gardens and woodlands. Acadian Village serves as a monument to the proud culture of the Acadian people.
The Lafayette Museum boasts a spectacular collection that represents the illustrious cultural history of Acadiana, including period furnishings, memorabilia of cloistered religious orders, and colorful Mardi Gras costumes. Just minutes from Lafayette, you can find plantation homes, boat tours of swamplands and South Louisiana waterways, lush semi-tropical gardens, and thoroughbred horse racing.
Antebellum life can still be found at Chrétien Point Plantation, the 1831 French Louisiana manor house of a once thriving cotton plantation. Hollywood reproduced the stairway and window for Tara in the movie Gone with the Wind. The shadows on the Teche in New Iberia, once the center of a sugarcane plantation, offers a vivid picture of domestic life in South Louisiana before the Civil War. Located on the banks of the Bayou Teche, the Shadows has revived the tradition of true Southern hospitality.
Walk in the footsteps of presidents and other historical world figures at Live Oak Gardens on Jefferson Island. Live Oak Gardens offers a unique semi-tropical garden, a magnificent Victorian house, a boat ride to an impressive fleet of shrimp boats, and an art gallery featuring a variety of constantly changing exhibitions. The centerpiece of Live Oak Gardens is the historic Joseph Jefferson House, built in 1870 by actor Joe Jefferson, who gained international fame for his portrayal of the legendary Rip Van Winkle. And they're off!
Ils sont partis!
As they say at the New Evangeline Downs, where thoroughbred horse racing excitement is more than just a spectator sport.
Your heart will race at the first sight of an alligator sunning itself in the Atchafalaya Swamp. Daily boat tours provide an intimate view of these vast and beautiful wild woodlands and water bottoms, one of America's few remaining great semi-wilderness areas.
Enjoy the beauty of a snowy egret in flight at Jungle Gardens. Located on Avery Island, Jungle Gardens is a microcosm of the wildlife and lush flora which is Acadiana.
And it's also the home of Tabasco, the pepper sauce that's Cajun hot.
Cajun country is food and fun and French and more.
Join us in our daily celebration of Cajun and Creole heritage. Listen to the accordion and the fiddle and hear why we in Lafayette and throughout Acadiana always seem to know the way to pass a good time.
We take fun seriously, so let the good times roll.
Laissez les bons temps rouler.
It's a Cajun custom.
Ça c'est Cajun.